All right. Welcome to IBOSN Clemson Sports Network, Tuesday night, 7:30 regular podcast. I'm with Rowdy Tiger, sponsored by Bob Lippert of Ventured Homes and Fred Anderson Toyota, and they're fighting over the LSU game right now. When I'm going to get it, we'll see who. So we got a lot to talk about. We got, first of all, we got the game that was announced as a night game, the LSU game, and we got Clemson's women's softball won the SEC championship, and we got a little bit about baseball to talk about, maybe. So anyways, I was so glad to hear that actually Clemson got the night game. And I kind of figured it would be, but it's good to hear it actually as being something permanent, and they actually announced it today. So anyways, I didn't know this, but I was looking at some stats today, and Clemson has never met LSU in a regular season game. So you got the Tigers versus the Tigers at Death Valley. They call themselves Death Valley. They call themselves the Tigers. We're actually playing Clemson at Death Valley in the first game ever in a regular season game we've ever played each other. So that ought to be exciting. So
yep. Last time we met was 2019 in the national title game.
Yeah, and then
we've never. I didn't realize that. I thought we played them in the regular season before, so it should be interesting.
And we had them with the 4th and 16 and Catanzaro for the win in the Orange or Chick-fil-A Bowl way back, like 2012, something like that.
Yeah,
that was roughly about that time. Yeah, because that was when Taj Boyd, Nuke Hopkins,
Sammy Watkins.
Yep, Sammy Watkins. I mean, and I was actually at that game, and I'm gonna tell you, man, when we were down, I was actually at sitting at like the end zone, so they were coming at me, and when they threw that ball and Nuke caught that, I'm telling you, the entire stadium erupted, and you saw like all the LSU fans just with their arms out, like what? And then the next thing you know, we started driving it down the field, and you could see like all the LSU fans were just like, what is going on right now? And then when Catanzaro came out and kicked that field goal, then all the fans started chanting ACC, because you always got the SEC always chanting SEC, and kind of a little in their face a little bit. But then some fans were saying, oh well, we didn't care about this game anyways. And I'm like, come on. Like that goes to show the SEC fans right there. So
typical SEC fan right there.
Yeah. And I was surrounded by a lot of fans. Now, honestly and truly, one of my greatest friends from Georgia is a huge, Georgia Bulldog fan, and he was there with me. Now, he was cheering, obviously, for LSU to represent SEC, but at the end of that game, he looked at me, he was like, wow, that was a game. That was a game.
Yeah, Rowdy, you've been to some good ones.
Yeah, I've been to the LSU game and that Notre Dame game, top 2 games right there all time. And then, of course, I've been to almost every single ACC championship game since 2014. So,
all right, let's get into it.
It's a home opener, man. It's got to be one of the most anticipated home openers ever.
Yeah. First of all, like and subscribe. It's 100% free. And we are the most exciting sports network in the nation.
Yeah, we are. We're only getting better. We're getting, we're getting good sponsors in here. We're getting better content. And don't forget, we still have merchandise that you can buy. You can get the I Bleed Orange merchandise.
Right.
I'm still waiting for my cigar, though.
Huh?
I said I'm still waiting for my cigar.
Your I Bleed Orange cigar?
Yeah.
It's actually in the works right now.
Behind the scenes.
Over in Greer. But anyways.
Yep, like and subscribe. There's nobody in the country better. And we talk about fun stuff. What's there not to like?
Exactly.
So Angie Crawford is on tonight. She has actually won the subscriber this week. We're giving her a shirt. So you get her signed. I got her phone number, or I'll text her or email or whatever. She actually won the shirt. She just won this week. Man, and I tell you what, I've never been excited. I've loved to watch women's softball. I've never been excited about softball since I've been a Clemson fan, which has been since I was born. It's just a lot of fun seeing the Clemson women play.
Yeah, look, our women's softball team is still in what you would probably call the infancy stage, or
Right.
the toddler stage, whatever you want to call it. And since day one, we have had a solid girls softball team. And
It's the
I
first ACC
love
championship
watching
by
them,
them, actually.
whenever I can catch them on TV. I love watching them. I've been wanting to get down and catch a game. Unfortunately, it always kind of seems to happen when I'm always like busy or whatever. But I have been trying to get down there to catch an actual live softball game. But yeah, congrats to these ladies right here on ACC champions. Like ACC stands for another Clemson championship.
Another Clemson
I like
championship.
that. I like that. Another Clemson championship equals the ACC.
When do they play? Like Friday? Jacob?
Yeah, I know they're hosting.
The hosting in Clemson, I think it's Fridays.
Yeah,
I mean, finally the rain freaking stopped, man. I thought I was going to have to get a boat here for the last couple of days.
I mean,
But,
for what it's worth, I mean, I was a little worried about the ladies there for a while because they were not doing so well there in the season. And, then they just kind of turned it back on again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they beat a straight powerhouse in Florida State women's softball. They win the ACC championship almost every year. And for us to come in, because we've only been around, Clemson softball has only been around for probably 4 or 5 years now. It's not been long at all. And to already have another Clemson championship, an ACC championship under their belt.
Yeah. And they did this without their, one girl Kegel that was like phenomenal, like pitching and fielding, hitting. I just love the fact that, there we go. We don't rebuild, we reload because they did this without her.
Yeah, and then, because we were down 1-0 for almost the whole game, and then we hit the two-run homer with Johnson right there, number 3. And then it's like, all right, we get 3 outs here and it's over. And then they had 2 runners on base, and I'm like, dude, we're gonna give up at least 1 run. We only had 1 out at the time, and then we clutched
What was
up.
that Friday? They were down by like 7 going in the 8th inning.
Yeah,
Had an 8.
came back and won that one.
I was listening to the radio, man. I'm like, I got into Clemson. I'm like, game's over. I even told somebody, man, it was a good run. And then like an hour later, I got online. I'm like, daggum, they had an 8-run 8th inning, won. But what a game, man.
Yeah, Clemson.
It looks like we got a game Friday, May 16th against USC Upstate, if I'm looking at this correctly.
Okay, so they play Friday. That's what I thought.
Yeah. And that's to start the playoffs, right?
Yeah, that's the NCAA championship.
And they're the number 11 seed. We're a 11 seed, and we're hosting for Friday. Right. Congratulations again to the.
Have they come up with baseball?
All right, it finally got announced, Josh. Your prayers have been answered, and everybody's 7:30 night game in the Valley against the fake Tigers.
Yep. Now, question: do we get game day?
I was talking to Josh earlier. That's what we're waiting on. That's the only thing left. Do we get game day? It's either us.
I think we deserve game day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been 2022 since we've had game day, and they had it at Ohio State and Texas last year, and Ohio State's playing Texas. So I'm hoping they give us game day. I'm hoping they do.
Give it to us. Come on, we gotta get revenge from the Natty.
All right, yeah. I've got my tailgating ready to go. I just need tickets.
They're looking pretty high right now.
And honestly and truly, I don't even really care where I sit. Upper deck, lower deck, whatever. I don't care. If I got a ticket, I'm gonna go.
Everything's ready. So, yeah, we open up the game as a 1.5-point favorite over LSU in the opener. I really think we'll beat them by a touchdown, maybe 2 touchdowns, to be honest.
And we already know about the opening day curse with LSU in the last 2 years.
They cannot win an opening game to save their life. Knock on wood. Now, we can't curse it, but
yeah,
I think
exactly. But I wish we had the clip of Kelly. What's his name? The coach. It's Coach Kelly, right?
Yeah, Brian Kelly.
Brian Kelly. Yeah, I was trying to think. His name just went out of my head. I wish we had the clip of Brian Kelly at the last year's start when they lost to USC, and he was at the press conference, and he was like, it's the same thing.
I should have pulled up the clip of him walking into the valley. Look like he's seen
Oh
it
yes.
for that rain game.
Oh my gosh,
At the
dude.
end,
It was
man.
like deer in headlights. He walked out. I swear, I think he really just thought the rain was going to keep the crowd away or something. I don't know what he thought, but he walked out and was deer in headlights.
It's another. I mean, we own Brian Kelly. That's the reality. We own Brian Kelly.
That's
we
true.
have embarrassed him on the biggest stage so many times. I mean, the playoff, we beat him 31 to like 3, 31-0. I mean, we own Brian Kelly. It's time to do it again.
Yep.
In the valley. He goes to a different team.
Although,
beat us.
who was the head coach in 2019?
That was Coach O.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
They fired him. They fired him.
I liked him. Man, I really liked Coach O. I hate that they let him go. You can't say a better coach for LSU than Coach O.
I love the way he talks.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Well, he went through a divorce and all that stuff. I mean, he went through some stuff. And then he had a terrible season after they won the Natty. And it's just time.
I know. And that's what I was saying. I hate.
I like him, though. He's a cool dude.
I really liked him. I wish we would have had our revenge with him being the head coach, though.
Yeah. What is he doing now? Is he not even coaching?
He's sitting on his couch still getting paid millions for his buyout.
Be honest, I have no clue what he's doing, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, you can't even.
Man, I just thought that was our day, man. I thought we were going to be back-to-back champions, take care of LSU and that cocky SOB Burrow. Oh,
man, I have a good friend at Spartanburg. I sat in the car with him.
That game really left a bad taste in my mouth.
I didn't expect us to win. I'm pretty positive. But he said, "Y'all got this." I said, "Dude, I don't know, man. I think y'all got it." But then we started out like we're going to win.
Yeah, we started out
real good.
But we had ETN, we had Trevor Lawrence, we had the offense. Defense, we had the defense. What was it?
That LSU team was like arguably the best college football team ever. Yeah, it wasn't like we got blown out, but I mean, they were on spot. I mean, they got the second half.
Yeah, that game was a lot closer than what the score says.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you really watched it, you know that.
Yeah, absolutely. But it was just tough to watch when you know your team is better, and that was also during that time when we kind of were like, offensive coordinators was kind of in the air, and who we had, and then that was Venables wasn't there for that, was he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, okay. He was there. He left the following year.
I just know that we had some cornerbacks that got toasted.
Yeah, AJ Terrell.
Yeah,
Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson had him in a blender. It was bad. I'm glad he still got drafted high, but that's probably a night he will never forget.
Dude, that game, he was toast. Somebody left him in the toaster too long.
Yeah, I mean, that just adds to how good this LSU team was. I mean, AJ Terrell was top 2, top 3 cornerback in the country, and he just got absolutely cooked. I mean, there was.
Yeah, exactly. And
game hurts, but it's time for revenge now in the Valley.
Yeah, exactly. I want to just put them in their place and let them know that, we should have had that natty back in 2019, and we are the real Death Valley. No arguments to be said. But then we got to go back and repeat in 2026.
Yeah.
At their stadium.
Oh, really? We play them next year. That's LSU.
It's like a 2-year series. Yeah, they'll play us at home.
Yeah, they're playing us, and then we play them. I'm gonna try and see if I can go to that game too.
Oh yeah, we gotta see the fake Death Valley in real.
Yeah,
real.
Let me experience. Let me. It's going to be crazy for myself to say. Do you consider yourselves as Death Valley?
Do what now?
There's a translation issue of which a lot of people claim that the reason why LSU considers themselves as the real Death Valley is that the way New Orleans, the Cajun, the way they talk, that it was really meant to say deaf, as in can't hear Valley. And it just got translated differently into Death Valley. And that's why it's become such a huge debate over who's really the real Death Valley, because obviously we are, but that's kind of like where it all started. Some people believe that it was really originally supposed to say Death Valley.
Yep, we got Cade versus Garrett Nussmeier Heisman showdown in week 1. I mean, this and Texas and Ohio State are the best 2 games for opening weekend, and I think we have the better game, to be honest. So hopefully we'll get game day.
They announced the time on the. I'm sure it's a night game too.
So wait, Ohio State and Texas play opening day the same day
at night. Have they announced?
I'll guarantee you that's where game day is going.
No. Ohio, anything with Ohio State in it, they're going.
Well, not only that, it's just Texas and Ohio State. I'll guarantee you game day's going there.
And that's okay. We'll have our own game day.
Just missed the cutoff. Yes, I believe Orange will have the game.
We'll have our own freaking game day. We'll be the next game day.
We will.
That's my prediction.
That way we don't have to wait on
prediction.
ESPN game day. We will be game day from now on.
Yeah.
But
I have a feeling that, what's going to draw more views, whatever you want to call it, Texas, Ohio State. One national title winner.
If I wasn't a Clemson or LSU fan, I would probably rather watch this game than that game.
Yeah.
I mean, we've never met in regular season. It's Clemson against LSU, Tigers against Tigers, Death Valley at Death Valley. It's going to be epic, man. It's a night game.
Oh yeah,
and Ohio State's played Texas. I don't know how many times. And
but they
just
they played that a whole lot. But
Texas and Ohio State.
But I just have that feeling because you got defending national title winners. You got Texas, who was semifinal playoff team. That's where game day is going to go. Do you know where they're actually? Where the game's going to be played? Is it a neutral site or is it going to be
at Ohio State?
At Ohio State, yeah.
At Ohio State,
pretty sure.
You know that's where game day's going.
Oh well, it doesn't matter.
Really. Then they just matched up in the semifinal in a kind of a thriller game. So knowing the bias, they'll probably go there.
That's my theory on that, is that's where they're going. So. But, yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait. Let's just go ahead and get the season started now. Can we just go ahead and start playing now?
Let's do it. Yeah. Anyway, speaking of LSU, let's throw back to this classic.
Oh, such great. I love rewatching that. I might actually rewatch that entire game when this show is over.
I think winning that game started the dynasty.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. I mean, the foundation was laid with Taj Boyd, Nuke Hopkins, and Sammy Watkins, and Canton. I can't say his name now. Catanzaro, the Cat Man. I mean, come on. The foundation was laid.
That was the tipping point of Clemson.
That was the foundation right there.
That was the tipping point that took it to the next level.
I remember after the game, Dabo was talking. He was like, I told him they're at the doorway of greatness. Sooner or later, you got to step through it. And then they win this game and go out and beat LSU and prove everybody wrong. And then the rest was history. It still is. Still going.
Yep. And then we go on to get Deshaun Watson to win the national title and first time in 30 years. Then we bring in Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, get us third national title. Come on. Yeah. Let's go.
It's crazy.
It's been 7 years. It's time for another one, man.
Yeah, 100%. What's crazy about this game is just the year before, West Virginia killed us like 70-20 in the Orange Bowl.
Oh,
And
Hey,
that was
we had a
bad.
good year that year in 2011. We won the ACC. We were feeling on top of the world, and then Tavon Austin and Geno Smith and the boys in West Virginia just gave
That
us.
was a bad
listen,
game.
I send a thank you letter to the University of West Virginia every year on the date for the fact that they caused us to fire Steele and get Coach Venables.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank God for. I mean, I just remember watching that game. We tried to
Oh, it was a
tackle
bad game.
Tavon Austin one time, and he rolled out of it and then ran a touchdown. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, what can you do? You can't even bring the guy down.
Like I said, I send a thank you letter to West Virginia every year just to say thank you for beating us the way you did so that we could have gotten rid of Kevin Steele and bring in the greatest defensive coach of all time at Clemson.
Yeah, good times, better times to come this year.
Hey, I'm ready for the next Venables right now. I'm hoping that this new defensive coordinator puts us right back on track.
Tom Allen's
Oh,
the
yeah.
man.
Tom Allen's the man.
Him and Matt Luke. God, Matt Luke, we don't give him enough credit for what he's done since he's came in. Best offensive line coach in the country.
Absolutely.
Man.
Our offensive line has literally done almost like a 360 from what it was before. Like, Cade's getting time, opening up running holes. The only thing we need right now is to stop the run game because that was our biggest weakness last year.
Stop the run game and tackle. And
Yep.
we got a natty in the sweepstakes.
Exactly. We would have beat Texas if we would have just stopped the running game.
We had the talent last year. We just didn't have the coaching. I mean, we had the talent was there, and we're even better this year. So I think everything's changed with Tom Allen coming on board. Ben Boulware, who's been there before, he played for Clemson. I think it's a different atmosphere. I think electricity's different. I think everything's changed.
Yeah, the more I've been
and everything. Let's go, man. Let's get it.
Yeah, the more I've been looking at this team, the more I'm thinking.
I mean, I've never seen a team this talented.
Yeah, the Dabo built this team for 2025 this coming year.
Yeah, I mean,
with
really.
Marker, Peter Woods, and all them, Cade being juniors and seniors.
I mean, something's going on. We lost the first round to Texas in the playoffs, and here we are, number one in one poll, number two in another poll. So something's happening in the offseason here.
I do not like all of the number ones on everybody's polls. I do not like that, but
as long as it doesn't get to their heads, man. As long as it doesn't get their heads.
I don't think it will. I mean, Dabo's this isn't his first.
I don't want them to get cocky and say, okay, I don't want that to be the case. But as long as it doesn't get the player's head, we're good.
Yeah, Dabo, he said this last week on the current state of college football in Clemson. I probably had as much fun these last few years as I've ever had. The more chaos, the better for Clemson. We're built for it.
Yeah, I saw that.
Absolutely. I agree 100. I mean, I've been sitting here saying that the way college football is changing with the NIL and, you got all this, tampering accusing, Deion Sanders is accusing the ACC and tampering, and you got all this stuff. I've been sitting here thinking, like, this is the time where, this isn't the kind of college football that Dabo Swinney is usually like about. And I'm like, I can see that a lot of people say that's the reason why Saban retired when he did. It was not just that he was, aged or tired. He was tired of the whole where NIL was going. And I've been sitting here saying, like, oh, man, I hope Dabo doesn't leave just because of the same reasons. You got the whole political deal that's going on with, who gets into the 12. I mean, you had the whole issue with Florida State getting left out just simply because the committee said, oh, well, your quarterback went down, so you're not good enough to play in the 4. I'm hoping that he stays in and keeps going and doing what he does, but I can see where the face of college football is changing so much that he's just like, this isn't what I want anymore.
Yeah, well, I mean, this team he's got coming in are prepping for the upcoming season. It's as good as really as any team we've had. They've got the talent for it. It's time to put it together on the field. That Dabo loves to prove people wrong and stick it to them, like the Paul Feinbaums of the world and people like that. And I think this year with this team, he's really out for blood.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I applaud the fact that he's still in it and he's still doing what he does. I'm sure, he's made the comments before that he'll hang it up when it's not fun anymore. So
It's still fun.
yeah. Right now.
Yeah,
exactly. Absolutely. So
absolutely.
I can tell you right now, we're going to get this title.
I haven't been this more excited about a season in a while, man. Probably ever.
We're going to get this title this year. And after a third national title under his belt, there's got to be a statue at the college.
I think either way, he's solidified his legacy as a coach.
It's like Bear Bron has a statue, Davin has a statue right in front of the hill there as you go in. Somewhere around there.
I don't know if you guys saw the video, but one of the Savannah Bananas guys was like recording themselves getting off the bus and coming down the hill. And man, I just thought that was so exciting. Like, I was like, man, but the one thing I was a little disappointed about is they didn't have the rock. They didn't have the casing off the rock. Like, come on, let the Savannah Banana guys touch the rock.
You gotta let them touch it.
And I thought that was a little weird because in the video they're all touching the outer casing of it, and I was like, "How are you not going to have the rock unlocked for the Savannah Bananas?"
Open them up.
But that was still kind of unique. I mean, for these guys, the Savannah Bananas, who've never probably heard of Clemson until of recent, and to get the chance to run down the hill, touch the rock, run down the hill, that experience, like, come on. That they know that there's nothing like anything like that in baseball. So,
no. All right,
Josh Pate.
My number one team in the country coming out of spring, the Clemson Tigers. Quarterback returns. OC returns. Dabo's back. The head coach returns as well. I just feel like they've built towards 2025. I felt like last year you could feel that momentum sort of later in the year. South Carolina game notwithstanding. But the thing that I pay attention to with them, best wide receiver room I've seen them have in several years, and they've got NFL talent on every level of the defense. I'm really high on Clemson this year. And the reason I'm doing this, the reason I'm putting them number one is because I do not want to hear anyone in that program talk about how no one saw them coming and everyone doubted them. If they go on to do something of significance this year, I want to stand next to Dabo Swinney and I want to say, we were underdogs. He and I were underdogs because outside of me, no one else believed in him. I'm pretty sure a lot of other people are going to believe in him too.
Josh Pate, let's go. I like it.
Hey,
number one. They got Ohio State at what? 8, 9?
Yeah, man. Their quarterback is the real deal right now.
I'm telling you, what did I call it last
week? Better as the underdog.
We got Clemson in the Natty and Texas in the Natty for a rematch. Clemson wins. Let's go.
Like I said, we have thrived better when we are considered the underdog.
Alabama 4, really?
Just their name. It's their name.
They won't last long.
Give them a top
They
10
will not last long. Come on, let's look at the season they had last year. They were garbage compared to their previous
Alabama?
year. Yeah.
The name Alabama and Ohio State gets you top 10 rating like every year, whether you're good or not. It's like the name. LSU at 5, so we got 1 and 5 matching up. This is going to be a great game.
Jacob, do you have the updated recruiting class stats at all? Because somebody was trying to tell me that Notre Dame had the number 1 recruiting class. I didn't think that was accurate, but I wasn't able to look it up.
Yeah, let me look it up real quick.
I could have sworn, I thought it was LSU that actually had the number 1 recruiting class.
This year?
Yeah.
No, it's USC.
Well, for 2026, I guess it is. For the upcoming.
It really
this year. Clemson's number 2.
It really depends on where like if you're 24/7 Sports, if you're Rivals, if you're ESPN, because every recruiting site is different by a few margins.
Right.
My favorite's 24/7, and they have USC at number 1 still. Notre Dame did jump up. They've landed some big ones. They're at number 2.
Okay.
And then Ohio State's 3, Penn State 4. We're at 5.
Okay.
We hadn't landed a commitment.
We're at 5.
Yeah, we just hadn't landed a commitment in about 2 weeks now. And these other teams, I mean, we knew these other teams were going to get more in there. But, I mean, then again, we're only at 14 commits. USC's at number 1 with 28.
That's all right. Still winning that.
How do they do that? That's like they're half their roster right there. Like, how do they?
I mean, it's almost like we're so stacked we don't need anybody else. I mean,
true. True.
Maybe in the secondary, but I mean, everywhere else looks good.
But I mean, there's more. We've got more recruits coming. We're not anywhere close to being done. We're only at 14 commits.
Well, and that's what I was saying. Like, I was wondering because I know we were at number 2 at one point in time, and then somebody was trying to tell me that because they're actually a Notre Dame fan, and they were trying to tell me that Notre Dame was ranked number 2, and I was like, well, where did Notre Dame? When did they get up there? And I was like, okay. I was like, I mean, I'll believe you until I see something different. But
yeah, but we have our official visit weekend coming at the end of this month, and I mean, you'll be left and right all the commitments.
I did just see a video of Dabo praising a kid that said he was the best route runner of the camp. And there was a video clip of him running the routes. And I'm going to tell you right now, whoever this kid is, he looked like, like a 6'5" tall Italian looking kid with long black hair and like wavy black hair. And he was like breaking the ankles. Like I was like, that were defending him had no chance. So I was like, dude, let's get this kid. Jeez.
Yeah, he'll offer a lot of people, a few people that come to his camp because they have 2 separate camps. They have the one where anybody can come, whether you play football or not. And then they have the one where it's like invite only. I'm sure that one was the invite only. If that guy's cooking,
dude, I wish I could remember where I saw that video. I literally just saw it earlier today before getting on the show, and I was just like, wow, that kid. Who is that kid? He actually, you know what's funny? Did you ever see the video of Elon Manning posing as an undercover boss thing, whatever you want to call it?
Yeah, I saw that.
Jet Powers or whatever his name was or something. Yeah. And he came out there with the long hair and the like nose and everything. I'm telling you, that's what this kid looked like. I was like, who's posing?
Elon Manning on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah. I was like, who's posing at this camp doing an undercover boss thing right now?
I saw that. I don't know that show. That was a great show. I don't ever see it anymore.
Oh,
all right. On the negative news, negative stuff. Let's get it out of the way. Not too long ago, Clemson was the unanimously number 2 ranked team in college baseball. Within 2 weeks of action for a Memorial Day NCAA tournament announced Eric Bagrich's Tigers 38-15 are projected now to travel for the regional round elsewhere. So
look, I'm not gonna lie.
It doesn't look like
every time we've hosted a regional,
that's a good thing. We're playing
or hosted a divisional, whatever they call it in the baseball. Whatever time we've hosted the first round of playoffs or the regional, we have not done well.
Y'all can disagree with me, but
I kind of think
our pitching's not there.
I think us going to another section area, whatever you want to call it, might be a better benefit.
Dude, I'm sitting at the game, pouring down rain. We scored 6 runs in the first inning. I'm like, this game's going to be 20-0.
Yeah,
and we lose. I mean, it's just like the pitching, man. I mean, it's just something. They had a 10-run inning, like 7th inning. I went to the bathroom like 3 times, and they're still pitching. I mean, they're still batting, and we're still pitching. It's just terrible. I mean, that 1 inning lasted like an hour.
Yeah.
All right.
Like I said, we didn't have a good series against Duke.
It's been pretty much the norm.
We got to finish with Pitt, finish strong, get back into the winning streak, and finish the season strong.
We're
playing Durham. What, next week? Let's see.
I mean, back-to-back series losses is not the way you want to end the season. So you got to.
We were doing so well too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we were on a hot streak there for a minute, but I mean,
we were number 2 in the nation. I mean, we're 38-15, and we've lost like 10 out of the last 12 games. That tells you a lot.
Yeah.
We're like,
Yeah.
I mean,
all the games.
I don't
not
know.
too good.
I mean, you can maybe chalk it up to some pitching, but we also got a hit too. So,
well, I don't know. We scored 9 runs, you got to win, but the other team scores 20. I don't know. It might be.
Yeah, there's some serious problems going on. You give up 20.
If you score 9 runs, you ought to win every freaking baseball game you got pitching.
yeah, absolutely. And like I said, maybe we get back in our hot streak in the playoffs. Well, right now we're getting ready to play the ACC tournament. So
yeah, when does that start? Is that this weekend? Is that next?
No, because we got to finish the season with Pitt first.
That's right. So we start. I think it's like next. I think it's like 25th or something.
So I think we have like another week or so before the ACC tournament starts. But hey, let's get Pitt. Let's get that, and then let's go into the ACC tournament with a win streak and get hot and stay hot. Get an ACC championship. I mean, I don't even know if that's ever happened in the history of softball and baseball, but I mean, we'll have to look it up real quick. But ACC championship softball, ACC championships in baseball.
Yeah, I mean, very
football. Well,
very doable this year.
So, I mean, yeah, you can count football if you want to go to last year's ACC championship, but then we're definitely we're winning the ACC championship in football this year. No question.
No doubt about that.
But I mean, I don't know if any other school has had softball, baseball, football. I mean, we should have had basketball if we didn't get robbed by the referees, but whatever.
And they need.
So 2 out of 4 have done their job.
Exactly.
And then basketball was there if the refs would have just, been competent and not biased and screwed us. But baseball, do your job.
So
Eric Bakich, bring it home.
Yeah. So let's go into this ACC tournament. Hopefully we get hot with Pittsburgh, get our groove back, and go into the ACC championship with hot bats and hot arms at pitching, and get this ACC championship win, and then go into the road to the Omaha. I think we have a chance. I mean, baseball's really looking good. I mean, we just had a moment right now, but we get hot again.
Yeah, definitely.
We just gotta get hot.
It's hard to stop us once we get hot.
Yeah, it's how we finish. We got a chance. We just got to play.
Yeah, absolutely.
100 weeks to go. All right, so a week from today, we will be 100 days to football. So we're getting close. A week and a day, we've been 99 days. So we're getting close. Getting close.
Yep, I can't wait. That's what we need to do if we can, is put the Hill Watch clock on here.
Better now.
Yeah,
just have it up in the corner or something.
What?
Just slip right there in the right corner.
Yeah, little Hill Watch clock.
Countdown the whole game.
Let me get an exact count, actually. The page.
I like it.
All right, let's see.
All right, so you got live show still up for debates, is that right?
Yeah, we got the LSU game. We've got one sold to Vapor Nation. The price has gone up. People wanting this stuff. It's going to sell out this week. I'm headed to Greenville tomorrow. I'm talking to a couple people. Let's get it. Let's go. It's huge. And so the LSU game is a night game. Vapor Nation, we usually do on a Friday. So we may have room to do, if you're in the Clemson area, to do 2 shows actually before the game. As long as it's before like 1 or 2 o'clock, we do like 2 in the morning, 1 at 11, 1 at 1. So yeah, it's a night game. It's good stuff. Good for us anyways.
Oh yeah. We always play well at night.
Let me look at how many days we have. Okay. 107 days, 20 hours, 44 minutes, and 38.2 seconds. So
let's go.
A week from today, we're under 100 days.
Let's just go ahead and start the season, man. Let's just start it.
Damn ball. Let's go.
Let's start it. Gavron says, is LSU overrated? What do y'all think?
Absolutely. They're always overrated.
Overrated, middle rated. I don't care. Let's win.
they're always overrated. I mean, they didn't even have they had an okay season last year, but they're always overrated.
Yeah, until they get a new coach.
I think Josh Pay's right. I think we are the best team in America. We just got to spot the damn ball.
Till LSU gets a new ball coach other than Brian Kelly, it's hard to look at them serious.
Yeah, he ain't Nick Saban.
I mean, the only advantage that I would say, right now is that Brian Kelly can say, "Hey, I've been to that stadium. I know how loud it's going to be. I know what it's going to be like. Don't count on them fans not showing up because they show up, rain, shine, hurricane, you name it, they're going to be there." So he's probably going to have them prepared and ready to go. So that's one advantage that I would say that they kind of have is with the experience of Brian Kelly being there. So, but at the same time, you know what? They ain't experienced Death Valley. So let's go.
All right, pick a score. 38-28 Clemson. What you got?
What'd you say?
38-28 Clemson. LSU.
38-28
Clemson by 10.
Whew. You put a bold prediction out there.
Huh?
I said you put a bold prediction out there.
No, I think it's 10 points. I don't think it's 1.5. We're at Death
No,
Valley.
I don't think it's going to be a 1.5 game.
In there.
But I just feel like our defense is going to keep less than 28 points on the board, though.
Okay.
I actually think it's going to be a lot more low-scoring game than what it really – I'm thinking more like –
I mean, I could see like a 17-14 Clemson, somewhere around there.
I was thinking maybe that or a, 28-17 type deal.
28.
I think LSU is definitely going to score 2 touchdowns.
They're gonna get in the end zone. It's prime time matchup.
It's the first game of the season. That's the one thing I hate about college football is that there's not a preseason game. So that first half is going to be probably rough on both teams, honestly. But that's where I think, LSU is going to get 14 points. They're going to score touchdowns because, we're not really ready because we haven't had a chance to get ready. And then once, Allen gets his deal together and comes out in halftime, then we're going to shut them down. So that's why I'm thinking more of a 28-17 kind of deal. I think they'll score two touchdowns in the first half and 3 points in the second.
Okay. All right.
That's at least what I think.
A win's a win, as long as we win.
Absolutely.
You might be right. I don't know. I'm just thinking.
But that 38-28, what'd you say? 38-28.
38-28. You may be right. I think maybe they will scale. I don't think they'll score 28.
I just feel like our defense is going to be better this year and not really allow as much scoring as what we dealt with last year.
Let me revise that. 14-28. How about that? Clemson.
I'll go with
it.
That's a good No, I mean, there was nothing wrong with your prediction.
I think you're right, man. After I thought about it, I don't think our defense is going to allow them to score 4 touchdowns.
That's where I'm looking at because, defense was our weakness last year, especially in the run game.
Corrected this year.
That's why I said I feel like our defense this year is definitely going to kind of hold them down. And look, I wouldn't be surprised if LSU gets the ball first and they go out and just straight cold cock us right in the mouth and score a touchdown on the first drive. Just because, like I said, you got Tom Allen in his first year. You got this new defense.
New defensive scheme.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I can see where, and again, if we had a chance to play a preseason game or whatever to kind of
ain't gonna happen, man, in college.
I know it'll never happen, but if we had one of those, then I would have a lot different prediction for the first game of the season, especially with a major team.
From the defense, seeing Trent Pierman in practice running scout team to Garrett Nussmeier is a big difference.
Yeah,
that's why it would be great to have these preseason games like the NFL has, and it doesn't even
have to be like 3 or 4 preseason games. Just one game where you bring in the Citadel or you bring in Wofford or you bring in whoever. The one throwaway game that we always have at the end of the year. against Wofford or Furman or whoever, and just schedule that as a preseason scrimmage, still give them the money. And then now you get a game atmosphere against a real opponent. And now you can kind of work out some of those little things, And then you go play LSU. All right. Hey, there we go. Different score. Different score. If we had a preseason game, I would guarantee that it would be like 38 to 7 or 38 to 10.
But just to give, especially the younger guys, that experience.
Right. Exactly. I mean, you can't. I mean, the only thing they got is the spring game, and the spring game is not even really anything to count on because then they go into the summer camp, and then at the end of the summer camp, I think they have like a stadium scrimmage, kind of like the spring game, but no one attends or can attend, whatever you want to call it. And then next thing you know, it's here's the first game of the season.
I mean, that's fine. But I mean, even if they have a game like that, it's going to be like second string playing. You don't want anybody to get hurt. That's the main thing. Yeah. Even if they're playing Wofford.
Now, tell me this. I
don't have anything against that. It's just like, Cade ain't going to be playing.
We got smoked by Georgia in the first game, right?
Pretty much.
It started out great.
Second half,
we got smoked, right?
Defense got tired and also.
But tell me this. If we played Georgia at the end of our season last year, do you think the score would have been different?
Oh, yeah. We would have scored.
If they closer, we would have beat them.
Because we didn't even have our best receivers on the field that game, and Bryant Wesco and TJ Moore.
But you get what I'm saying?
They didn't really start. I mean, they got a couple.
That's my point. That's my point. We didn't have anything up until the Georgia game. Then we go play Georgia, which wasn't a neutral field. But, we go and play Georgia, and we held them to 3 points the first half.
Yep.
Second half, it's like a different team came out. But if you take the Clemson that played at the end of the season and play them in Georgia, different score, different. We probably would have won that game.
You take that Cade, and then with what we did with the receiver core this past year,
that's my point. That's my point. So that's why I'm saying if we had a preseason type style game, I think things would be a lot different.
And you take that team who gave Texas a run for their money with no running back at all, and match them up with Georgia again at the end of the season last year, completely different outcome.
Absolutely. And again, last year, would we have still lost to Georgia? Maybe, because obviously we couldn't stop the run game last year.
Yeah.
And that was what killed us in the second half of the Georgia game was the run game.
Our run defense was terrible.
And that's why we lost against Texas.
I don't think it was a talent problem. We had the talent, dude. I think it was a coaching problem. I really do. And I think it's the biggest change.
I think, absolutely 100% that the coaching.
Think about it. We had the talent. We had Peter Woods. I mean, we had Sammy Brown. I mean, the talent was there.
Yeah. I mean, the talent was there, but it was you gotta have to sometimes the scheme. It's all about what the scheme is. And that was the one thing about Brent Venables that I love the most is that man could change his entire defensive scheme mid-game. He would just mid-game, he would be like different defensive scheme,
Exactly.
And so that's why I love Venables and the way he kind of coached. But then, Goodwin I don't think he was ready. And I think he had all the talent in the world.
He understood football. He understood defense. He didn't have the personality, the people skills to be a defense coordinator. He didn't have the ability to actually motivate the players like Venables or Tom Allen could. I mean, there's something about that, man. He was just kind of dry on that. Nothing to say anything bad about him. He understood football. He had a great business football mind. He did not have a defensive coordinator mind.
Right. And, like I said, he was an analyst. He analyzed numbers. He analyzed, plays. He was behind the scenes, giving Venables information that Venables fed off of. So, but then you put him in the limelight, and then he's sitting there calling the plays. And I can't tell you how many times I saw him on the sidelines that was just like does he even know what he's about to do right now? Does he even
They're
know?
doing this. He looks like he's leading the choir. In the sideline. Like,
I'll be honest with you, he reminded me of Barney Rubble's Flintstones. But he
All
just
right.
all right.
Let's go. Let's just get the season started. That's all I gotta say.
All right.
Let's just get the season started.
Golf tournament, as y'all know, I've always said, has been rescheduled to first day. If you can't remember the date, it's the first day of summer, June 21st, on a Sunday at 11:04 tee time.
Yeah.
Which was good because we just didn't have it together. And plus, it's Memorial Day weekend next weekend. So got more time. So get your people together, sign up. It's for a good cause. Let's go.
Yep. Absolutely. 100%. And like I said, we got a good lineup coming with our live shows, starting with the LSU game, the location to be determined. Thank you to Bob Lefford's Adventure Motorhomes and Fred Anderson Toyota for the feature sponsors of tonight. And thank you again, Jacob, for all the hard work you've been doing with the graphics and the videos and everything. So
congratulations to Andrew Crawford. She won a shirt tonight. And subscribe to her YouTube channel. We'll give away another shirt next week.
Yeah. So, and let's get started on this baseball ACC championship run. Now the women have got it under their belt. Now it's time to get it in baseball. And then let's get this football season started.
Yeah. Let's win softball first.
Yep. Let's go. Go Tigers.
Let's go. All right. Appreciate you guys.
See you next week.
Let's go.